Welcome to another captivating episode of Why Witness News. I'm Marissa King.
And I'm Max Lichtig. A very exciting event took place today in the Capitol building. Governor Ian Bruce approved and vetoed his first bills. Lauren Smith has the story.
Hi, I'm here at the governor's office, and Governor Ian Bruce is about to sign his first bill.
Without further ado, I'd like to invite the governor to discuss the NIC proposals, sign into legislation AB 124 from the Magdalena Equity Delegation, which discusses Sunset Advisory Commission in order to regulate state agencies.
And I officially take the action of signing this bill into law.
And veto Senate Bill 213 from SPP Palos Verdes on renewing driver's licenses for the elderly.
And I officially would like to take the action of vetoing this bill. My reason for the veto of this bill is that I feel that this bill will not help the state of California.
There's a first time for everything, and this first bill signing was definitely a memorable experience. Back to you.
I'm Autumn Briand.
And I'm Lauren Smith.
And everybody in YNG knows that February means Sacramento.
But February also means Black History Month.
Even the elevator that we're standing in front of right now that we use every day was invented by a black man, Mr. Alexander Miles.
We went around Sacramento finding out how Black history affects you.
It affects me a lot because a person who doesn't know their past doesn't have a future now, do they? And I think that it really gives me a nice sense of pride to know that I am here representing a lot of the African American race, showing a good positive statement.
Well, I believe you don't have to be African American for it to affect you. There's all sorts of oppression going on in today's world, our country, our state, and I think it reminds us that we need to continue fighting for the rights of all people, whether it's African Americans, Latino, any race, women, children, and sexual orientation, those kinds of things.
I have no Black history, but it's just important how Black history has helped shape this country to what it is right now.
Which three inventions were created by Black inventors? The traffic light, the folding chair, or the kitchen table?
The traffic light.
The folding chair.
Traffic light.
The traffic light.
Trick question, all three were created by Black people. We went around the room finding out which other household items were the result of Black inventions. The folding bed. The ironing board.
Lotion was invented by George Carver. Joseph Jackson invented the remote control. The toilet was invented by T. Elkins. A wise man once said that we cannot aim for the future until we know our past.
This is especially important since Barack Obama is aiming for the presidency and also aiming for a spot in history.
All you aspiring leaders out there, be the future.
Great history recap, Lauren. I concur. Wondering about the future of youth in government, we asked a member of the board of directors what he knew.
KYNG News spoke with a former delegate, Alan Hostrom, who attended YNG all the way back in 1971. Back then, there was only one Senate and one Assembly made up of 400 delegates. Can you believe how far we've come? I can't. Here's one of our own doing an interview now.
Yeah, I'm a former delegate, class of 70, 71, 72, so that dates me a bit, but I'm on the board of directors, and I'm chairman of the Strategic Planning Committee.
Great. Well, before we talk about some of the new stuff you're doing, tell me a little bit about what the program was like in 72, 73.
Oh, it's really different. We stayed at the Senator Hotel. There's only about 400 of us, equal boys, equal girls, one Senate, one Assembly, and aides, and that was the program, really. But it was it was wonderful back then, and it's still great now, but it was just much smaller.
And how has it grown since then?
Yeah, well, because of the judicial part and the appellate process that's grown, but in 2 Senates and 2 Assemblies overall, but also it's the size of the hotels. The Senator Hotel next door you can only put 400 people in there, and now the Hyatt with the Sheraton, you can bring 2,000, 2,500 people. We're going to plan for changes. Mostly, we'll probably make a decision to see if we want the program to grow. Right now, with 2,000 delegates, do we want it to be 2,500 or 3,000 or 4,000, or do we want it to be just 1,500? We have to decide if we want the program to grow. That's number one.
What's the consensus?
Yeah, none so far, but I think most people want to see it grow. And we also need to have a better, our feed-in program is the Model United Nations, and we're talking about even another program that might feed into that. Because it's hard to recruit 10th graders into the program if they know nothing about it at that time. So we're looking for growth not just on the high school level, but even in the middle school and even below down. We're considering even a web-based program where young people can get online and learn about democracy and government while sitting at a desk at home.
Well, there you have it. Whether you care or not, it's happening. I'm Devin Longfellow with KYNG News. Back to you.
The future looks bright. Have a lot of homework? You're not the only one. We sent Tessa out to find how delegates were managing their time.
Time management, something teenagers usually aren't that experienced in. We are going to investigate to see if YMCA youth and government delegates have the tendency to procrastinate just like the normal teenager does. Erin and Rachel, how have you guys managed your time here in Sacramento?
Well, basically, go to session. When I come back, we just try to go to the mall or go eat.
Yeah, we just go eat and hang out with friends.
So have you had any homework while you've been here? And if so, have you done any of it?
Yeah, I have a project due, but I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I have math homework. I haven't started yet.
Okay, thank you. Carly and Josh, have you managed your time wisely while here in Sacramento?
I would say yes, I have. Basically, lobbyists, we have a lot of free time, so I've walked around the place, got a good glimpse of Sacramento, meet a lot of new people, been very social, gone out to a lot of new places to eat, so I think I have.
Yeah, I've managed my time pretty well, but I have been late to a few things, and I had to get up really early this morning because I was too tired to do it yesterday, but yeah.
And what about homework? Have you kept up with that for your school back at home?
Actually, I did not have any homework for school back home. I had 3 tests on Thursday, so I had no homework over the weekend.
I have homework, but I didn't bring it, but I plan to do it.
Guinness, have you had any time to do any homework while you've been here in Sacramento?
I've had a few minutes between sessions.
So do you feel that you've managed your time wisely while you've been going to and from meetings and your breaks?
Yeah, I have. Between meetings, I'll either get something to eat or I'll go back to my hotel room and try and get some work done that I need to.
So do you feel prepared for going back to school on Tuesday?
Not really, but I'm going to have to, so.
Thank you. Thomas, as Secretary of State, we know that you are very busy. How do you manage your time in Sacramento?
I just try and get everything done before the sessions start and fix the problems as soon as they arise.
And what about schoolwork back at home, if you've done any of that in your free time?
I haven't really had time to eat or sleep, so schoolwork isn't really high on my list. So no, I'm not doing any of it.
Well, good luck when you go home. As you can see, YMCA youth and government delegates have a lot of work to do here in Sacramento. From running to session, getting a bite to eat, and just having a laugh with your friends, it leaves very little time to go back to your hotel room and do your homework. So prepare yourself, guys. You're going to have quite a large workload when you get home. Good luck.
Thank you, Tessa. Now for some world news. Ooh, close call, Democrats. Recently, in a real Senate session, Senate Democrats failed to gain the 60 votes they needed to consider a non-binding resolution that would oppose Bush's plan to send more troops to Iraq. It was a procedural decision on whether the Senate should move on to a final vote on a resolution that expresses opposition to the president's plan. The vote was 56-34, wherein the Democrats needed only 4 more votes that were necessary to consider the resolution. With 7 Republicans backing the Democrats, the resolution was still unable to pass. Senator Charles Schumer showed discontent, telling CNN, "The president's escalation is misguided, to put it kindly." Better luck next time, democracy.